Hello, Internet! I'm Nick.
And I'm Scott.
And this is episode 408 of F5 Live, refreshing technology here, proudly powered by the Tech Podcast Network. If it's tech, it's here.
This week, the Super Bowl commercializes the Internet. Razer buys Ouya for the name, and Uber tries to hook up with old people.
They really do. All of this, of course, like I said, on episode 408 of F5 Live on f5live.tv. Check us out over there. If you're watching this, welcome. You're either on YouTube, Facebook, or someone pirated this and put it up on Vimeo. Either way, welcome. We appreciate you joining us for this short little video. This is just a tease of what our full show is over on our website. And if you go to our website, f5live.tv, you can subscribe on the right-hand side. We're on iTunes.
Over there.
We're a bunch of different places. So if we're not where you are, let us know. We can add ourselves where you want to
Absolutely.
be. This is just a short preview of all the things you'll find on the show. And we hope that you'll come check us out over there as we discuss the weekly tech and media and gaming and internet topics that we encounter and find interesting. Like Uber hooking up with old people. That's interesting because it's Uber.
Right.
And they're not hipsters, but they're not aimed at old people.
Right. And so they've had some real trouble with their corporate identity, and they are stepping out of what we all think of and what they think of as their target demo, and realizing that riders and drivers are not the same people.
They are definitely different people, and the rider isn't going to be the driver. I think the drivers need to be somebody who needs that supplemental income.
Right.
You're not going to be a millionaire from Uber, but you're definitely going to have a better time in your life if you're driving for a company that is valued at $50 billion.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, a couple $100 extra a month for taking some riders on a Saturday or Sunday on your day off, whatever, at night is an interesting idea. But in this particular case, they're partnering with the AARP, which would be able to push that supplemental income to an older population where it could really be helpful. But of course, there are some problems with that transition. And so we talk about that on the show.
We do. Yeah, not only that, you want to talk about in-depth, Windows 10. That's something that's in-depth right now because it's only a couple of days removed from the official launch of Windows 10. And some people are having difficulty learning about the little nuances, and we get that. Things are different and they change.
Yep.
So we've had Avram Pilch from Laptop Mag and Tom's Guide coming on every week leading up to and now through the Windows 10 launch event to tell us a little bit about the things you can change with Windows 10.
Last week, 14 million people upgraded to Windows 10. Whether you are one of them or you're planning to be in the next wave of upgraders, you're going to want to check out this week's Pilch Point, where we talk about some of the settings that you're going to want to change right out of the box. We show you on screen how to create custom shortcuts so any type of app can be launched with just Control Alt and a letter of your choosing. We show you how to create a system restore point so if something goes wrong, you can get back to your Windows without having to do a complete reinstall. And we show you how to get your file extensions back. That and more on this week's Pilch Point.
So yeah, little things, but they go a long way.
Absolutely. Things that, like Avram says, should never have been the defaults, but there's a whole study as to why the defaults are what they are in Windows, and that's a whole other topic.
But at the end of the day, you have the option to change them, and you get choice with this operating system, and that's one of the key features that Microsoft realizes. People want choice, and they can have choice without devaluing the product, and I think that's pretty important for them. Something that is devalued in product. I didn't even mean to segue into this way, and I promise you, all of these things that we do are just natural as we go. It just happens. Razer acquires Ouya, the little hipster hemp Android device console that never could.
Couldn't.
And the 76 people that bought in at the Kickstarter campaign never got their product, and the company never really took off. So they were looking for a buyer. They found one in Razer, and this could mean a lot of great things, except for the fact that Ouya's hardware is not going to be kept. The name is going to be kept in the software, which could lead to trouble, as we discussed in the show.
Yeah, it's a weird decision. It'll be interesting to see exactly where they go with it and how long they stick with it before they do what System X did with CompUSA and finally changed it to Tiger Direct.
Yes, for sure.
You can only squeeze so much value out of a bad brand.
And that definitely is a bad brand.
Yeah, it was a bad brand from the beginning, and they're going to try and squeeze some life out of it. I think they should focus on the behind-the-scenes value and dump the name, but they will. There's no doubt in my mind
once they figure
that
all
will
that
happen.
Out, yeah,
but that's okay. In internet, we've got LinkedIn, who since their IPO has not.
They've been quiet.
They haven't wowed. They haven't disappointed. They've just kind of been.
And that's okay.
Yeah.
That's good.
About a year ago, they had a pretty big spike in their stock price, and then it's been a downward trend since then until this week, where they saw an instant 7% spike in their stock price when they announced some really impressive numbers that show both growth in the company's key metrics and growth in the company.
And all of that.
Capability growth in the company.
All of that while being able to make huge acquisitions, which I think is kind of the key for a company that is growing, to be able to acquire and still grow.
Yeah.
Finding that balance is tough.
To be able to keep a focus on the company while bringing in new features.
So $1.5 million to lynda.com, and we kind of... Billion. Did I say million?
Billion. $1.5 billion.
That's huge for them, and we talk about on the show on how they could integrate that feature, that amazing service, lynda.com is fantastic, into what LinkedIn offers.